That's an honest moment. This is all I have left is this podcast. Welcome. It's Sadie and Shawn have no friends. And you are joining us, which we are so grateful for. But you're joining us on this fine day to listen to us rant and rave. And sometimes I'll listen back to episodes and be like, what did we even talk about? It's like a fever dream. We kind of
I've
both
never
have
had
a
a
hard.
fever dream.
Yeah, you have. Like when you're really, really, really sick. You've never had. Really? Oh,
Mm-mm.
that's interesting. Okay. Well, look at us. We're starting off hot already.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what you got for me today?
Well, Mother's Day is this next weekend. I realize that some people don't listen to these in order, so you may listen to this like in July, and you're like, Mother's Day's not Sunday. What are you talking
You
about?
suck, Shawn.
In the real world, where we're recording right now, Mother's Day's coming up on Sunday, and so I'm having trouble because I don't know what to get Shannon, and I know that's cliche, but
I know. I
It
feel like
it's
it gets
getting to the point.
harder.
Yes, it's getting to the point where I also don't want you to think that, like, we're super rich and we have everything. We don't. There's lots of things that we would love to have, but she has, like, everything, like, smallish, medium-ish that would be a Mother's Day gift, and so I'm out. I'm out of ideas, and I've, in the past, gotten her pedicures and manicures and massages, and I always get them on a gift card, of course, and she never uses them. She's probably got a
Send them to
stockpile.
me.
Tell her to send them to you so somebody uses them
I'm
at
going to
least, because
text
she's got a
her.
stockpile of probably 15 of these things now, not just from
So,
Mother's Days, but
obviously,
from
so how many
birthdays and
years
stuff.
did you buy her these gift cards that she threw into a drawer before you realized, wait a second, I don't think she likes this gift? How long that
She
take
does.
you?
She claims that she likes it. She
Well,
just
she's
doesn't
trying to be
ever.
nice to you.
The other thing that will happen sometimes is it'll get turned around on me, and I will admit I'm a very busy guy, and so there's not a whole lot of time for her to go with, like, no kids and that sort of thing. And so I've often said, I don't put it into action, but I've often said I realize that I'm not always around to watch the kids so you can do these things. But,
Oh,
like, let's plan. Tell me, like, in 3 weeks you're going to get the massage
jeez.
so I can make sure that I have nothing on Saturday and I can watch the kids. And so I think that's a big part of it. But long story short, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to default to going to the nail place up the street and getting a 50 or $100 gift card
Yeah.
and a thing of flowers and calling it Mother's Day, because I've been through that rigmarole too many times and I don't want to do it. So you're a mom.
Yeah. Can
Well,
I say that, like, what would I want?
yeah,
Mothers and fathers are very different. Ryan is very much like, for Father's Day, I just want to be with the kids and you and go to dinner and spend the whole day doing things, usually things he chooses, like hiking and such. And for Mother's Day, we just kind of want to be left alone. Maybe slip a nice note under the door and then just go off and do something fun on your own. Go to Elitch's and let mommy just lay in bed and
this
watch
sounds like a Sadie thing, though. This doesn't
Banter.
sound like an
You
everybody
asked what
thing.
I want. So
Okay, that's
listen,
true. This is what Sadie wants. This isn't, you're not speaking for all mothers right now, because I can tell you straight up that's not what Shannon wants.
okay, listen. What if you gave her, instead of getting a gift card, give her cash and say, on this date, I want you to just go shopping, go wherever you want, stop and have a cup of coffee, do whatever you want. The day is yours. I got everything else. That would be a
Yeah,
really nice thing to do.
that is a good idea. I like that. You would be
See?
all right. I've never given, like, a spouse. I'm like, I've had multiple spouses. I've never given my spouse, I've never given my wife cash, and it feels funny to give cash, but it's actually like, if she
No.
slipped me $100 in a card on Father's Day, I would enjoy it.
Well, here's the deal. One of my sometimes Ryan does this on my birthday, and Ryan, if you're listening, I don't need another vest. What I need is, one year he gave me, I think he might have kind of like fallen behind on planning. And so he's just went to the ATM and he's like, "Here, go where you want." And it was like guilt-free. I went to the stores like Hobby Lobby that no one will go with me to,
Mhm.
and I touched everything and I smelled the candles and I just had this like freedom, and that was like recharging. I loved that. I think
With
that
some
that's a great
people,
gift.
I would love that too, first of all. And I think deep down inside Shannon would love it, but I also know that there are some haters out there that will say that that's a
Who
lazy way to
cares?
give
Who
gifts.
gives a
They'll
shit? If
say
she
just
likes
like
it,
gift cards are lazy, poor planned way. And that wouldn't be poor planning. Like I would plan that. You're helping me plan it right now. So it wouldn't be poor planning. It wouldn't be lazy. It would just be that's the most thoughtful thing I could come up with.
no, I don't think it's bad at all. I love it. I think it's a great idea, and I think that's what you should do. Now, my Mother's Day, it's a little bit different this year because my niece, Alyssa, is graduating from high school in Iowa. And so Mother's Day weekend, they're having a party. And I am staying back from the party. I'm not going. Ryan is taking Murphy, and I'm going to
Because you're so
spend
busy these days.
Well, I'm gonna spend Mother's Day with my older children,
Oh,
which I hope it turns into, like, an actual plan. I've been told there's a plan, but I don't know if I believe in the plan. But, they're a little
what
bit
would they
older,
plan?
so I don't know, like a special day for mom.
Huh.
Yeah. So I don't know, it's kinda like gonna be my first Mother's Day where it's like they're adults and, we're gonna go and do something. Maybe we'll go to an R-rated movie, or maybe we'll go to the Diamond Cabaret, or I don't know. Mother's Day is about doing whatever you wanna do.
No,
I'm just
Mother's Day is about doing what mom wants to do, and so that's the other thing about,
and
like,
mom
these
wants to go to the
surprises.
Diamond Cabaret.
You heard it here first, Sophie and Cooper. That's
So,
where your
but
mom wants to go. But that's a bad way to do Mother's Day, and I'm not picking on your kids because there's a lot of
okay.
people that would do it that way, and I've done it that way before, but surprising someone for Mother's Day is not necessarily a good thing because it's supposed to be a day for mom to enjoy whatever she wants to do. And if somebody else plans it and you're like, shit, I didn't want to go to the zoo today. I really did not want to hang out with the tigers.
My
And that's
children
what
know me
you
well,
have to
so
do.
they know that I will tuck and roll out of the car. They're like, "We're going to the aquarium." You like, zip, roll out of the interstate. So they know me well enough to know what I like and what I don't like, and so I hope that they will, um, dial it in a little bit. But can I ask you a question, Shawn?
Mhm.
Because I do have this incredible guilt that I'm not gonna be at this graduation party, and I don't want Ryan's family to think that I don't wanna be around them. It's just I just really want to be with the kids on Mother's Day. Does that make me bad?
Well, why can't your
And
older kids go?
because so I mean, they're older, they have school stuff. Sophie's doing, like they've got too much going on.
Oh, so they can't go.
They can't go,
Yeah.
and
I think that's a
so I
valid
feel like
excuse.
then I'm torn, like and Cooper, I think, would totally forget it's Mother's Day, but Sophie, if I were not in the same vicinity, she's very much a mother's child, where if I were not in town, she would have a meltdown and be very sad, which is adorably sweet, um, but then I thought, well, I could be like a super bitch, which I'm not, but I could be. And I could be one of those wives that's like to Ryan, I can't believe you're going to take Murphy away from me on Mother's Day. And aren't you supposed to celebrate me on Mother's Day? But what I told him was like, go and spend time with your mom. Like, you haven't been able to be with your mom for Mother's Day in a long time. This is
Mhm.
like really special for you. And so I think I'm being a hero, but I feel kind of guilty. I feel like when they drive away, I'm going to take my pants off and I'm going to just, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think you feel really that guilty. You seem pretty darn excited about this, actually.
Well, I'm excited to see, and we'll do a follow up on what my children planned for me because I could come back and be like, they forgot. They never even called me.
It
It
doesn't
could go
sound like
either
Sophie
way.
would do that. It doesn't sound like Sophie would do that.
Yeah, Sophie's pretty legit about that stuff.
Do you hang
But
out with your mom on Mother's Day?
I do, like, I'll go and take her flowers and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do that. You know what's so funny is a fight that my parents had for years and years and years, essentially until my grandparents died, was my mom on Mother's Day, my dad wouldn't get my mom anything. And I always thought that was majorly messed up, but he would always say, "You're not my she's not my mom."
He
Like,
makes a good point. I was gonna ask you, like, at what age of your children do you no longer have to get your wife something and your
forever because
children have to do
mother
it?
right. So, my mom's like, "Yeah, but I had your children." He's like, "Yeah, but you're not my mom." Like, the children should be giving
Yeah,
you a gift.
I don't disagree with him.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, when the kids are too young, my kids don't have jobs, and so my kids don't have money, and so they can't get Shannon something, so I have to get her something, but it's from the kids.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I hope I get something that's not like a mug or I mean, even though I'll be grateful for anything, I'm at the you become like when you're a mom, at least this is just for me. I get thirsty or any type of love that I can get from them. I'm like, thank you. Because they do live. It is very weird, Sean, and you're gonna experience this soon with Shay, where they move out and then they have like a life. They have a life and you're used to them coming home every night and they have a life. I don't know. You gotta
Yeah,
let
that
it
that's
go. It's
it.
hard.
It seems weird. I'll tell you
It's
that I
so
kinda
weird.
cheat on gifts these days, but it hasn't helped me a whole lot because Amazon, you can look because we all share, like, a family account, right? And you can go look at what people have looked up. And
Yeah.
so I'll go on there and I'll find, like, the things that Shannon's been looking at. The problem
Oh.
is I refuse to buy her clothes because it's just a bad idea to buy
Yeah,
just
because
about
if it
clothes,
comes and
and
it's
that's
like
usually yeah, and that's usually what she's been looking at, so I should say I try to cheat. I'm not very good at cheating because usually it's that kinda or it's like I was looking in there
I'm gonna
today and
give
it
you
was
a
like weight
list.
loss pills. I can't buy that for her for Mother's Day.
I'm gonna give you a list of things not to buy for her, okay?
Alright, ready, go.
Do not buy her a star in the sky with a certificate because that doesn't do shit and I don't even care. I'm not going to go out looking at that star. I might one time just to see it, but what am I going to do? Like walk around and be like, that's my star, everybody. Like that gift is dumb. I'm
Yes,
also going to ask you definitely don't buy clothes. And I'll tell you why. Because if you, every manufacturer size wise is different. And so if you get her what she usually wears, like a 4 and it's
mhm,
made for a 0, she's not only going to hate you, she's going to go into a deep, dark depression. And that wouldn't be fun. And then
mhm.
finally, I would say don't buy her anything that will add more work to her life, like a vacuum or a new mop. You
You
wanna
got that
die?
one, didn't you?
Get her a new mop.
You got that once, didn't you?
A new mop?
Didn't you tell me you got a vacuum or something? It might
I've
not have
gotten
been
a
Mother's
lot
Day, but
of
Christmas or something.
when Ryan and I first started dating, our gift giving was on point, and now here's what's so hard. We share money, so it's like we're essentially just taking money from each other to buy something, and we're the kind of people where, like, if he wants something or if I want something, we'll usually just go out and get it. Like, we'll just go out and get it. I'm not talking about like a boat or anything, but if like his AirPods break, he'll just go and get some new ones.
Right.
Like, and so at some point, you're not really buying a gift because you know what each of you need, and it's just miserably hard.
It is hard. That's why I brought it up, but good luck.
I helped you 0%. I'm
No,
sorry.
you didn't help me. I mean, the cash thing is kinda cool, but Shannon listens to this podcast regularly, and so
And she'll
now
love
she's
that
gonna be
idea.
like she's gonna be
She'll
like,
hope that's
"Oh,
what
what a
you do.
thoughtful idea you did because you got it straight from Sadie on your stupid podcast."
First of all, it is not stupid, it's doing very well, and second of all, how
Didn't
dare
say it
you?
was
Don't
doing
ask
bad.
for
It
my
is stupid.
opinion.
This podcast should just be called Stupid.
Yeah. Anyway,
Sadie gets her feelings hurt about the only thing that she has left in her life. Her kids
this
have
is
left
all
her.
I have
She
left.
left her job. She has nothing except for this podcast, and when you call it stupid, it really hurts her deep down inside, so
It
don't do
does
that.
hurt my feelings, because I
Hey, we were
enjoy
talking about
doing this.
nudists. Oh,
Oh,
sorry, were you gonna say something?
sorry. Wow, you're just gonna fire shots and then you're gonna back away? Okay,
Yeah.
First of all,
That
it's fine
conversation
that
is
I quit
over.
my job. Financially, we're fine. Everybody just calm down. I'm not thirsty and desperate, but I will say, God damn, I miss those Target runs. But we actually do pull a profit from this. So I
You're
still get to go
probably actually
sometime.
easier to shop for now, though, now that you're not making the same amount of money that you were
Yeah.
making when you were working
He
a
could buy
full-time
me some
job every day.
shoes and I'd be like,
Yeah.
thank you, sir. My
Right,
feet have
yeah.
been cold.
All right, enough about Mother's Day.
Anyway,
This could be a Mother's Day option if your mom likes getting naked, though, because you're intrigued by nudists. I know that
I
because you
am.
brought it up many times. I'm not as intrigued by it. I mean, I do have some questions, but I saw this yesterday and it immediately made me think of you because of your obsession with nudists. It's Naked Cruise planning to set sail next year out of Florida for the Caribbean. The Big Nude Boat, it's called, set sail from Miami on
Ooh.
February 3rd of 2025, sailing through Valentine's Day. Provides up to 2,300 passengers a unique 11-day clothing optional excursion, although clothing is required in certain areas like the dining room and
I
when the
was
ship
gonna
is at port.
say, this sounds like syphilis floating on the ocean. Like, you can't go naked into a buffet. Okay, so that makes sense. Are you asking if I would go on the nude cruise?
No, no. Well, I will get to that in just a minute, but it also says, and this is a part where some people are going to be a little bit, I don't know, upset, or they might not like it as much. The cruise is part of the company Bare Necessities' broader goal to normalize and promote social nudity as a natural and non-sexual lifestyle choice. So if there's some single dude who hasn't seen a naked woman in a really long time and he thinks, man, I'm gonna buy me a ticket on this nude cruise and I'm gonna get me some because there's just a bunch of naked chicks walking around. That's not what it's for.
Well, that makes him a dumbass, and of course, it's not what it's for. It's not a
That's
hookup
not that
boat.
does not make him a dumbass because you don't know how dudes think. And I
Well,
can
I'm telling you,
tell
this
you.
dude would be thinking like a dumbass if he just automatically assumed because there were naked women on the ship that he was going to get banged. Now, could that happen? Absolutely. I don't know this imaginary guy. He may be hot AF, but what I'm saying is if he got off at the end and had no sexy time, I'd be like, you dumbass, you just paid for all that for nothing. And
I mean,
wouldn't
he
that be
got to see
hard?
that's like going to a strip club, though. You go to the strip club, you ain't getting banged, and you get to see a bunch of naked chicks. So,
That's why I'm saying you gotta go into the nude cruise with, like, a clear mind and focus. Also, if you're gonna go on the nude cruise, keep in mind people that are nude, and I will be discussing this on our interview series with the nudist people, people that are nu see, you're bobbing your head so much that it
sorry.
throws me
Today's
completely.
I've got some problems.
Have you thought about going to the doctor? Because I noticed that you never stop bouncing and moving and dancing and you get out of your chair. And now I totally forgot about oh, yeah. So with these nudist things, it's not always the people you want to see nude.
Correct. Yeah.
So then for 1 week, you're stuck on a boat with maybe some guys with hairy backs that lead to hairy cracks.
Ah,
Uh, That's
but
so gross,
here
and then
I would
also
be I would be more worried about the opposite, like, because you're gonna see some that are just like, "Man, I don't understand why you're naked right now," but there's also some that are gonna be like, "That's a good one," and then
I
you
don't
haven't seen a
know.
naked woman for a little while, and all of a sudden, things start to happen, and I don't know if it's alright if you're walking around with a hard on the ship, like, that could be grounds for getting kicked out.
I will say that is the one thing that dudes have it hard with is the unexpected boner situations because that would be awful to have to deal with and girls don't have that. But I will tell you what girls have because I went to the doctor yesterday because I had to go get a blood draw the other day cuz my hormones are so out of whack.
What
You
do they
hit
make you
like
do? You cry?
well, no, they just make you, like, hate everybody. You have
Ooh.
no sex drive, like, you would rather balance your checkbook,
Hey! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
and you just are angry, you're sleepy. It's just your body isn't balanced.
Right.
And so I went in and got my hormones checked, and I ended up getting these pellets. Now, have you heard about this?
I've heard about the male pellets where you get testosterone like put in your back.
Yeah, they put it in your butt, though. What they
Like
do
in
is
the
they
butthole or
I
in
wish.
the
I
cheek.
feel like that would hurt less. Like, if I just had to poke a little thing up my butthole, I think I could do that easily. I'd be like, "Yeah, give it to me." But no, you have to lay down, take your pants off,
Oh,
and then they
imagine
give
that.
you
Your butt's
shots in the
involved.
butt. Shut up,
Uh-huh.
I'm telling a story. They
Yeah,
give you
I know.
shots.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Maybe
They
people listening don't know, Shawn.
Okay,
And
keep
then what
telling.
they do is they cut you a little bit, and then they take this, like, straw thing, and they put it in the cut so it goes down deep, and then they take this little pellet, it looks like a rabbit pellet, and they drop it down inside of you, and then they pull the straw out, and then they close you
You have
up,
to get
and,
stitches?
no, they just do butterfly, but I'm like, "Dude,
That
this
sounds
sucks."
like it hurts.
It does. Every 3 months. Well, I think it hurt this time especially because when she put that, have you ever had those shots where they numb?
Yeah,
Like, if you get stitches, and that's the part that
yeah.
really
Local
hurts.
anesthesia.
Holy shit, that stuff burns, and so when she went in to give it to me, I don't know why I tensed up because it hurt, and that makes it hurt 10 times worse, but so now every
Yeah, no,
3
are you gonna
months
have a bunch of scars on your ass?
I don't give a shit. I already have stretch marks. They'll just blend in. No, so I have to go
You're
in
gonna be on a
every
nudist boat one day, and people are gonna be like, "Why
I
she
know they're
got a
gonna be
bunch
like,
of,
"Look
like,
at how
little
many."
cuts on her booty?"
Is she into cutting her
Yeah,
ass?
yeah, I've
This
never heard of
freaky
that one.
bitch.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway,
how
sorry.
much money would
Every
it
3
cost?
weeks? 3 weeks
No,
you have to go
every
get
3
these?
months I have to go get a blood test to check my levels, and then I have to, um, go in and get this done, but here's the good thing, okay, about these pellets, is that if you stick with it and you get them done every 3 months, in about 8 weeks, you become a horny teenager. Now,
Really?
I know what it is to be tired with children and my only job, and, like, it's just I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep right now. This makes you literally like you're 18 again, where you're like, "Do you wanna do it really
Mm.
quick while the kid's in the bathroom? Okay, let's do it." I mean, it just becomes and so a lot of people do it for that reason too. It's like Ozempic and losing weight. This just makes you really horny.
Is that what you're doing it for? Are you doing it for the non-sleeping? Are you doing it for a
No, I'm
combination of
doing it for
everything?
everything. Like, every part of my test that came back really
Yeah.
low, like, I have the libido of an old woman. My number was 12, and it starts at 55,
I don't
okay?
hold on. How do they can test your libido?
Yeah, they could test all kinds of shit.
Oh,
The
I didn't
chemicals in
know
your
that.
body and how they react. Yeah, haven't you ever seen those commercials where the old football players are talking about having to take testosterone? You can go in, you could get checked for that to see where you're at, and
Yeah,
if you're
I know you can
imbalanced.
test yeah, I know they can test your testosterone and your estrogen, but I didn't know they could, like, pull out how horny you are.
Well, I don't think there's a test for how horny you
You
are.
that's what libido
Well,
is.
yeah, I
You just
guess
said
you're
they can
right.
test
Yeah.
your libido.
Yeah. There were
And
so
so
many things that
hold
were
on, hold on.
wrong
I
with
need to
my
know more.
system.
Yeah, you're gonna tell me about boring things. I wanna know more about your libido test.
Okay, well, let's go into
So,
it.
there's a
So,
scale and 55 is normal?
yes, and I'm at 12. I know, and I'm
Poor
like and
Ryan.
it was one of those things where she walked in with my test results. If I were there for a more serious issue, I would have shit my pants because she looked at me like, "Oh, you're so sad." And she's like, "Yeah, you need to get this fixed." And I'm like, "All right." And so she said, "Let me go get the stuff to do a pellet." And I said, "Here's what I need you to do. I need you to get one of those elephant guns with the tranquilizer darts and just shoot it in my ass because that's the level that I need to get from, I believe, 12 to 55." I said, "I want you to go back in your arsenal and I want you to get every single pellet that you have. You'll have to order more, and I want you to pump them in my ass. I want you to give me a J
Whoa,
Lo
we're
ass
gonna
because
pull
it's
this out.
so full. Sorry, I should stop talking. I need a lot. Bottom
So
line.
how long? I know you said that in 8 weeks, that's when like you really start seeing results. But do you see like small results along the way? Like, how long have you had a pellet in your ass?
Like ever or
No,
just
how
since
long have you had it in? How long has?
I went yesterday, so it's
Oh,
been
it just.
like
Have you seen any sort of change
no,
today?
not yet,
Nothing.
but it does take a while, and it is not gradual, not from what I
Oh, you go from 0 to 100
you
in
go
one
from
day.
like, I
One
have
day
a
you're just gonna
headache
be
to
like,
like, punch me in the face. Not like I'm into that kind of stuff. That'd be weird. Well, I might be with these new pellets. I
yeah,
might be
that's
like,
true. Can dudes get
ah.
these pellets, or are they only for chicks?
Well, I go to the women's clinic, and so I don't know. I'm assuming men can get pellets for test. But here's kind of also the shitty thing, and I don't want to be like a rebel rouser, but there's like 3 options for medication for women who have a low libido or stuff like that, to where there are about 412 boner medications out there for men, and
They're
I'm
not
like,
all
that
good.
is what the this is bullshit here. And
I think
so,
more men have the problem though. Like
well,
men not being able to get a boner is a really, really common thing. It sounds like where women
it
who have a
sounds
super low
like
libido, yeah.
Sean's never had it happen. Has that ever happened to you?
Nope, I'm good.
You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I'm also I, I'm still relatively young, so I work in radio and they run boner commercials like crazy on all the
Oh,
radio
I know.
stations.
Yeah.
So,
I watch CBS
most of
Sunday
them say
morning and it's
40.
all boner pills.
Yeah, I believe it. It's all over the place, which means that there's a big crowd for it out there, obviously a big audience that has that problem. But most of them say men over 40. That's always like the thing is men over 40. I still have a few years before I get to 40, so I'm still good.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I'm
Oh,
not
it'll go fast.
saying that because I promised you I was going to be honest and transparent on this show. I haven't had the need to go, but I did have, and people are probably tired of talking about this like little health journey that I've been on. I was extremely lethargic, like to the point where, like you said, I had to sleep all the time. I had to lay down. I couldn't put one foot in front of the other. And I started taking a lot of different stuff. And so I don't know which one worked, but something clicked and I'm not tired anymore. I'm not more horny, but I'm not
Oh,
tired.
well, that's good. But you don't know what it was that helped you?
Well, I think that it might be I don't like vegetables. I just can't eat it. I can't eat
So you
vegetables.
quit
And
eating vegetables and your
I've
health became better? How fair?
I've just faced the fact that it's never gonna happen. I'm never gonna eat vegetables. And so I found that you can take vegetables in pill form. And so
Oh, okay.
I take they're horse pills. They're the biggest pills I've ever taken in my life. And you take 3 of them a day. But it supposedly, according to the bottle, which seems to be
I
working,
think don't you
is
see most of that stuff out though?
that's what they say about, like, vitamins. This isn't
Vitamins and
vitamins. This
stuff,
is
yeah.
this is concentrated vegetable. It's greens. It's concentrated. You don't pee it out. I don't know. It goes into your system. And
Can I
again,
ask
I
you a
take
personal
multiple things, so I
question?
don't know if that's it. Is my pee green?
No. How much do you spend a month on all of your pills and proteins and everything? How much
I
do you
don't
spend?
I well, I don't know because 'cause I'm always changing it up. Like,
Okay,
I'm
so you
about to
hear
be
him.
done with
Okay.
that. Remember that packet I showed you with, like, the 9 pills in it that I take twice
Quit
a
doing
day?
that?
Well, you only do it for 3 weeks, and then you're done with it. And
But
so
did you feel anything after those 3 weeks?
I'm still in it, but yes, I don't know if it's that or if the vegetables I'm gonna have to take forever because I don't eat vegetables. But I started taking it all at once. So here's what I take. I take that's a weight loss thing. the packet, which is almost over after 3 weeks, and I take the vegetable pills. And somebody said that magnesium is a huge thing that people are deficient in, and it will like get rid of any sort of headaches and the
Yeah.
inflammation and stuff. So I started taking a magnesium pill too, and those are the only things that I take. So the vegetables and the magnesium and this weight loss thing. So somewhere along the line in there, something clicked and something worked really well. I guess I'll know if it was the pills in the packet in a week when it's over, or if it's the vegetables if I keep feeling good.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because if you go off it and you start getting your issue back with,
Yeah.
not being able to get a boner, then you gotta jump back on those pills.
Yeah, right.
You didn't
This
catch
wasn't
any
supposed to
of
be
that.
this wasn't supposed to be about me. This was supposed to be I don't even remember
Well,
how we
so
got into
anyway, so
me
yeah, it's
because the
just
lethargic, you said the boner pills and you only have like 3 options. So what
yeah.
exactly is in your pellet? Is it just estrogen?
Um,
Is it
yeah,
testosterone? Because I know they put
it's everything that you need to balance out your system so you have normal levels. So if your um progesterone is right, which I have to start taking that. Tonight I start taking progesterone. I feel like I should
Is
be
it almost
retiring.
yeah, is it
What?
almost time for menopause for you?
Oh,
What age do
I
women
don't
hit that?
think so. No, I'm not. I'm
I said what age?
40.
I'm asking I don't know. What age is it?
Oh, I don't know. It happens different for different women, but I think like early 50s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so I have to take progesterone before I go to bed at night, and then I take another pill, and then they put this thing in my butt, and then I'm like, oh my god, like maybe you should stop eating Wendy's. Maybe that would cure your woes. Like I think we as people know that it's very simple to be healthy for the most part. You know what to eat. We know what to eat. And we know how much water to drink and what sleep to get. But for some reason, we don't do these things and then we rely on medication to make us feel the way we should feel. And that's the sad truth because yesterday again, I'm like, give me every pill you got back there. And you know what? Women can also take Viagra,
Yeah, it's
but
just like a blood flow thing, right?
yeah, and I'm like, I'll try some Viagra.
So
I'm
you're taking it?
adventurous. No, because it's not good for your heart. And on both sides of my family, our hearts explode. That's the end of it.
Yeah, don't do
So I'm
that.
like,
It's
I'm
n
not going to
that good
die.
boner you'd get is not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, like, could you imagine if they found like a bottle of Viagra next to the bed? They're like, what a loser. But if I do, which I won't try it, but
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
if I did, I'd tell you what it was
Yeah,
like.
that's nice. If I ever need
Anyway,
to get on Viagra, I'll tell you about it too, but for now, I'm good. So, I hope you'll have to let me know about your pill journey though, because I had an endorsement opportunity one time, and I hate pain, and so it was for these pellets, and they put them in your back. It
yeah,
wasn't your ass for guys though, it's like your upper back, it's right above your crack,
yeah,
and they cut a slit in there, and then they put these testosterone
yeah.
pellets in there. But I didn't really need it back then when I had the opportunity, and 2, ain't
I know
nobody
you're young and
slicing my
spry.
back once every 3 months. That ain't happening. Like, I can't even do if I was a diabetic and I had to take insulin and a shot, I would die.
I have to tell you that I went into I had to get blood work done, and so I just drove over and I thought, God, I wonder if Sean would be pooping himself. Because to me, it doesn't matter at all. I actually went in and sat down, and they really didn't try to hide that this girl was training. There were two of
Oof,
them,
I would be
and
out of
one
there.
of them was like, do I do it here? And I'm like, uh-oh, this is gonna get sticky. But you know what I did, Sean? I said, you can do this. You can do this. And she did a great job. And I said, didn't I tell you? You did great. And it ended up being fine.
I would
But
be
I could have gone into it and been like, oh, gee, was that a boring story? Is that why you
No, I
pretended to
said,
sleep?
that's what I would have been. Before she even got the needle into my arm, I would be passed out.
Yeah. Well, so I thought of you when I went in, but no, I'll go every 3 months and get this done. It hurts, but I think as a woman, you kind of get used to doing stuff that hurts. Like you have to do a lot of things. You got to get your boobie squished. You got to push a baby out. I mean, there's a lot of things that you just got to man up. Isn't that
Wow.
funny? You got to
This is
woman up.
this is all for the wiener though, so
I know. It's all for the
it's all,
wiener.
and at the end of the day, it's all going to be worth it when you're a horny 18-year-old again.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait for that day to hit.
Yeah. I can't wait for you to tell us about it. Okay, we got to go.
We got to go. We want to thank our sponsors, Talent Co Real Estate. They are just wonderful. They're going to make sure you get into the. I know I say the same thing every time. I say they're wonderful and they're going to get you into your dream home because that's what they do. And they do a really good job at it. There are a lot of realtors out there that'll kind of run you through the rigmarole and you'll spend unnecessary money that you don't have to spend. But that's not with Talent. And that's not with Amy. She wants to make sure you get what you want. She's going to help you with staging if you need it. And she's going to come in and evaluate. And you're going to love her. She's so likable.
Yeah,
to
I
add
hate it
anything,
when people
Shawn?
I don't like sell my house.
Shawn, you are so on fire. So be sure to go to their website, homeandnoco.com. That's homeandnoco.com. Thanks for listening today. And we're now posting full episodes on our Facebook page. So
Yay.
you look there too. Bye.
Are you done? You don't want to say
I'm
subscribe and auto download and like
You
and
just did it
comment
for
and
me,
share
Shawn.
and oh yeah. All right, okay, bye.
Aw.